Warning: the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome back to the Bard's Playhouse Presents Tales from Shadow Valley, Season 4, Episode 13, Westbound and Down. Thank you so much for joining us. Now let's bring in our wonderful cast. We have Shane as Umbromancer Zavid.
I don't have energy to be Zavid right now. I'm very tired.
That's what comes with the territory of having a baby. Elliot
Yep.
as Reese Guiltleaf, the Heartseeker.
I don't have a baby, but what's up?
And Ash as Queen Danny Arion.
I also have no energy because I work today.
I had a Mountain Dew and I'm drinking G Fuel. I have enough energy for all of us.
Don't
As
worry, I got
always,
my big gulp.
I'm gonna take a sip of coffee, all right? I'm trying to get to where you're at.
Perfect. You guys take a big drink of coffee. I'll do the synopsis. As always, I'm Lumpy Bronzearm, will be your DM for today. Last time, Lux Et Umbra awoke after a long night of festivities. Their good friend Gunnar Gunnarsson had just been crowned Lenorm King amongst his people, the Skjold Murray. Having learned the ancient secrets of magically walking through their Entshard, our heroes decided to pop back home to Shadow Valley for a quick visit. Khan volunteered to open the rift, giving her a taste of nature magic she had never before experienced, while Reese and Zvi dragged through the corpse of the Taiga Lenorm slain the night before. The bold ones and Liliana Thriceborn were surprised but excited to see Lux Et Umbra home so much sooner than expected, and as it turned out, their good friend Queen Danny was also visiting home from Castle Arion in Druma. After a quick reunion, the headless feral dragon corpse was revealed, much to the shock of the kobolds. However, all quickly got to work dismembering the Lenorm and crafting fantastical items from its body. During the hubbub, Lux Et Umbra's Mumator, Ankh, revealed he had found something while mining out his labyrinth. Deep under Shadow Valley, near Khan's laboratory, was a long pickaxe-hewn tunnel at the end of which was a chamber. Ankh had broken into a long-forgotten room, sunken into the ground and forgotten to the centuries. Scattered about were beautiful trinkets, letters written in a strange dialect of Dwarvish, and a stained glass window of Shillin. Finding more questions than answers, Lux Et Umbra put their heads and magics together to figure out what was happening here. Pushing forward further down the tunnel was a collapsed brick wall. Trusting in their sneakiness, Khan and Reese stepped in, shocked at the hulking mechanical sentinels guarding two sarcophagi. It slowly became clear that this was the tomb of Xander and Veltel, the prodigal star-crossed lovers. Thought to only be fictional characters in a tragic dwarven play, in truth their houses would not accept their love, so they accepted the hemlock. Not wanting to activate the automatons and get into a fight, a plan was hatched. Khan and Reese cast their newly learned invisibility spells on themselves, while Zavid entered the ethereal plane and Danny magically bolstered the skills of all. Moving past the sentinels with ease, Khan climbed up to the torso of a machine guard, picked the lock to its chest compartment, and stole the key from within. Once both keys were secured, Reese and Khan slipped them into the sarcophagi and turned, revealing a stair beneath.
I'm mute.
All right, thank you. Ever vigilant, Reese snuck down to scout ahead, finding himself in a small alcove covered in the dust of ages. Reese discovered what appeared to be a golden shrine to a dwarven goddess. Khan knew immediately that this was an effigy to Bolka, dwarven goddess of marriage, love, and relationships. Being as he is the most in tune with the divine, Zavid convinced Danny to hold her marriage to Bruce Mithralarm here, under the eyes of Bolka. Realizing she was already wearing the dress, Danny agreed and swiftly teleported back to Druma. The next morning, the shrine of Bolka was abuzz with preparations, when at last, in a flash, Danny arrived with her family, closest friends, and fiancé. As the music began to rise, Arwen shook flowers onto the carpet as Ares brought forth the ring. Having practiced the words dozens of times, Zavid performed the heart bond ritual under the loving gaze of Bolka. That's where we're going to come in today. But, as per usual, we come in the ever-infinite floating void, and the massive haromat of Baba Yaga, who has flowers in her hair and her raven locks floating all about her. She looks down and sees each of you. You see in front of you the basketball court-sized cards with pictures of different PCs who have played in this game throughout the 3.5 real-life Earth years we've been playing.
Stop
Which is
it.
insanity. But she looks down to you and says, "Welcome back, players. It has been far too long. An actual month, I believe. Ah, but it is wonderful to see you all. Please, step forward, step forward. Ash, it's your turn to pick one this week."
So let's see. What are my options?
The only rule is you may not pick your own Shadow Valley character, so Danny Arion is off limits to you.
That is fine. Let us go with Dirge.
Ah, Dirge Rotgut, eh? A classic old pal. Dirge Rotgut, the Mountain Hoof. Very well. And Baba Yaga reaches down her mighty hand, flips over the card, and standing there is a Dirge. The large, strong, green-skinned, long-haired orc. He looks to, and he's shirtless. He's holding a bow staff. He has gi pants on. He looks to you and says, "Hey there, Danny. Good to see y'all. But Overlady here says she wants me to read something for all y'all and give you a little boon. Hope you like it." And he pulls out a little stone that has some carvings in it, and from where you're standing, it looks to be druidic. But he begins to read. "Power of earth beneath our feet. Power of water at rivers meet. Power of air, birds soar on high. Power of fire, where shadows die. When played, the PC is able to cast a single primal spell of 9th level or lower." So normally, Danny, you have access to primal spells, which are druid spells, but you only have up to 6th level spells, and even if you max out with master druid spellcasting at level 18 or 18 to 20, you can still only get up to 8th level spells as with your druid dedication. No matter how hard you try, you can't get 9th or 10th level spells by the rules, But this allows you to cast one single 9th level primal spell, or druid spell, as you were, of your choice at any time.
So once in your life, you'll be able to attain true druidic mastery.
That's right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. You'll be able to taste what it's like to be an actual, max level druid for just a moment. I've dropped that in your inventory. It is called Dirge Rotgut Mountain Hoof. Dirge looks to you and says, "I really hope that this comes in handy for y'all. It's a lot of power to be wielded by one person, but I know you're responsible enough to deal with it. See y'all later." And Dirge fades into a blue hologram.
I don't know if I've actually seen Dirge, but damn, hot orc.
I know, you're right. You would have loved. Reese would have loved Dirge.
Dirge was awesome.
Dirge was the best. He was a monk who took druid dedication, so he was fantastic. But Baba Yaga looks down to you and says, "Very well. The card has been chosen. Let me see here. Next time, I believe, yes, Shane, it is your turn to pick."
Yippee.
Ta for now. And Baba Yaga fades away once more into the distance. You can close out of her map. And this is where we come in properly. Back in the town of Etrin's Folly. I need to find
I like the background image on Fantasy Grounds.
Oh, thank you. That is today's episode image.
I like the skull hidden in that. It looks
I
really
thank you.
nice.
Okay, since it was mentioned, I will talk about this image. Number one, I photoshopped that skull in there, so that I did that. Number two, that skull is an image of Grotus, who is the god of the moon in Galarian. So that's not just a skull; that is the moon. That is the full moon Grotus.
The skull of the moon.
Mm-hmm. And that is a holy symbol of somebody. But that's all I'll give you.
Cool.
But thank you.
I really like that. Like, the moon is symbolized by a skull called Grotus, which is such an opposite of Selûne, the moon goddess of Faerun.
Exactly.
No, it's bad. It sucks. The moon's bad.
It's the worst. The moon is terrible. So where we come in properly is within the town of Etrin's Folly. Earlier in the day, the wedding of Queen Danny Arion to Bruce Mithril Arm was completed. And we are now in more of the festivity part of the day. The reception, the reception, that is the word, is being held at the Feed Mill, the local tavern and watering hole that you are all very familiar with at this point.
Oh yeah, Mythanar just brings his surfboard everywhere. There's
Everywhere.
nowhere to actually surf here. This is like landlocked country, and he's just got a surfboard with him.
He's
My
also wearing
fiance
Oh man, you never
is.
know what waves are gonna hit you.
My
You never know,
fiance
man.
just brings the party with him.
I am the party, dude. And you never know. River's got
dude.
pretty raging squalls.
You got any weed?
He probably does. Mythanar would definitely have a big sack on him.
Oh,
Wow, that
I
came
love
out
him
wrong.
Even more.
Damn.
This is that Elven Kush, man. You haven't tried this yet.
I'm full elven. You're not even full elven, Mythanar.
This is
No,
Keonian
no,
kind
man.
bud.
Nah, but it's the way it's harvested is how the orcs do it, dude. You haven't tried this, man. I'm telling you, it's
It's
gonna blow
held
your
out on
mind.
me.
Priceless. Oh,
Listen, I know I got a dealer. I can't talk about it, but I know a guy.
I'm so happy I made him stupid.
I love him for being stupid.
It's super funny that the two players who got engaged to NPCs both picked just the dumbest himbos in the game.
Look, we have a type. Me and Danny,
Yeah.
or me and Ash have shared a brain cell many times in the past,
Mhm.
so like this is not a shock.
It's very
No,
amusing.
The thing about Mythanar is that he hasn't been able to express himself for like 100 years. He's been basically a prisoner of war for orcs and has been like their advisor and has been like very serious about that role. We free him and
able to let loose.
he's
Yep.
branching out and exploring what his real personality is, and then he finally sees the ocean and gets to surf and realizes this is my calling. This is
I
what I
love
did.
it.
This is what I was born to do.
'Cause
And
he-
is
I
going
don't
full
think
tilt
he-
into it.
Now that you mention it, I don't think he would have ever has seen the ocean in his life until he saw it for the first time when you freed him.
I think it was like calling to him, and he realized I'm just a cool 100 years old. Like this is early in my life. I have my whole life ahead of me to learn.
I'm a young elf.
Master the wave. Mythanar is just trying to find himself right now. This is his early
he is.
20s, like exploration period. I think.
He's wandering. He's backpacking through Europe right now.
Honestly, Reese is in a similar boat. So
Yeah. Fucking elves, man. But most of the townsfolk that you know are here. Flonk is up on the stage playing a song, and actually, Marigold Shortbridge, who all of you know is secretly Cyranulia in disguise, is up there singing essentially karaoke. They've got a book with lyrics that are stubbed up in front, and she's singing along to a fairly recent common bard song. Then there are drinks being made by Delma up at the bar. This one is sharing a table with Percy Month. You all know that Eredril, Danny's other brother, is in the stables with Jimothy and the animals. But basically, it's a raucous party at this point. What is everyone doing? Start with say Shane.
I'm gonna look to Khan and say like, let's go join this table over here, and I'm gonna sit with this one and Percy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure.
And I want to.
Join Zan.
Yeah, I wanna catch up. I haven't seen this one in a while. I always had a kinship with this one because they're weird as fuck. They're just a conglomerate of mushrooms. Like that's so strange. A fungus person.
I love this one.
this one is so good.
I think Zavid just feels like this is like a kindred spirit of like weirdness that I want to just like say, hey, how's it going, buddy? How's the Underdark lately? Or I'm sorry, the Dark Clans.
Oh, this one has been good lately. The growth has been taken over well, especially in Shadow Valley. This one has helped the kobolds in your mushroom room.
I've seen it. I've never seen such fungus grow so freely.
Well, it is due to the ethereal water can that you created. These waters
I'm
help
glad that
them
it
grow
worked. I thought
inside
it was-
and out.
That could have been very bad if it didn't work. I'm very
Yes.
happy that its enchantment is holding.
Yes, it is a simple enchantment, but very powerful. I've seen those too, and I mostly just grow fruit, but mushrooms are still fruiting bodies, so it's fascinating to learn all these things from this one here.
Says Percy, who I believe, what is Percy? Oh yeah, Percy's is a drow, a young drow who moved in after the Pride Fest and is a fruit grower and seller.
Didn't she grow the peppers?
Yes, she was the first one who grew the Chilaxian Reapers and the Frostberries. That's right.
I would like there to have been a special plate made specifically by her.
Mm-hmm.
that had those
Yes.
peppers in it.
Oh,
And
she
then-
would have, yes.
And then I would do a thing.
What's that?
I'd like to have a plate of it, and I'd like to go to Zavid. And I'd be like, Zavid, you have to try this.
Why?
It's amazing.
Haven't I done enough for you, Danny? Haven't I done so much for this ceremony? I spent spell slots to make this good, and you're trying to poison me? You're trying to kill me at the reception? What have I ever done to you?
Do you even know what's in here?
I can smell it. Listen, I have a short nose and big nostrils. I can smell that you've got that Chilaxian Reaper in there. No offense, Percy.
Oh, none taken. They're pretty loud on the nose.
Haven't you gotten used to spicy stuff at this point?
Well, there was that one, one pepper steak I ate. That was pretty spicy. And he's talking about black pepper, so it was like not spicy. It just had yeah. So he's like, oh, that was really spicy. But
Give it a go. Give it one bite.
can you make a diplomacy check? I want to see how high you can get. If you could beat a 40, he
Yeah,
doesn't want to eat it, but if you can beat
throw
a 40, he'll
diplomacy
do it.
publicly.
Okay, hold on. Mix it off.
You're
I
a
would
bard,
say
you
guide-
should be
You
able
should be
to
able
do
to hit
it.
40 on a diplomacy check.
Why am I having so many issues with my... What is going on
Ooh,
here?
actually, she has to roll really high. She could do it, but she has to roll high.
I'm
Oh,
having
really?
some issues with my character sheet at the moment.
Oh, what seems to be the problem? It's just not opening?
Uh,
Oh, there it goes. Oh! Oh, that was Reese. Oh.
No. My
Oh, you just got
roll-
disconnected. You just got disconnected to Fantasy Grounds somehow.
I don't know what happened. Give me a second.
Yeah,
You know
just
what? It's
try to
fine.
read.
I'm like, nope. Not gonna eat it. Reese, you just rolled a nat 20 on diplomacy. How do you convince me to eat this? Because clearly you're paying attention.
Oh, we can't hear you there, Elliot.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew that.
What's going on with you?
Oh no.
Oh no. Wouldn't
Ash can't use Fantasy Grounds. Elliot can't.
Wouldn't be Tales from Shadow
What
Valley.
about
We
now?
heard you. We heard
Okay.
you.
We can hear you.
Woo!
Wouldn't be Tales from
Um,
Shadow Valley without tech issues.
So Reese just
They
goes over to Zavid, and it's just like, really? On her wedding day, you wouldn't do this to honor her? You wouldn't have a food that she's specifically requesting you try on her wedding day?
And you say it loudly so people start to turn their heads, and people are looking at him. He's like,
I'm emphasizing when I say wedding day.
it's her day. It's her day.
Are you her friend or not, bitch?
Oh,
That
I
was a
just
great
I
backstory.
look you in the eye. I say nothing. I look back at Danny. I swipe the pepper and I eat it.
Roll me a fortitude save. Looking for a DC of 40.
Oh, it was almost a nat 1. I was hoping for a nat
So
1.
funny. No, 37. It's hot. You need to like get milk and it's chug some stuff. Your face is watering. It's pretty bad. It's not as bad as the first time you tried these peppers. That was one of the worst things you've ever put in your mouth. But it's bad.
I'm so proud of you, Zavid.
One of the barmaids walks by. I grab a drink off their tray and I just chug it.
Well, that one's on the house should.
I can't even respond. I'm just trying to survive the poison I ingested.
And Reese cackles and back to Mythanar.
Oh, it's just like the very beginning.
If you didn't have a friend rolling nat 20s all the time.
I roll them over stupid things too.
Which is the funnest. Those are the funnest kind.
Can you release my character sheet?
Oh,
please?
yes, I can. There you are. Clear. Take ownership. Clear. I really wish we didn't have to do this dance every time, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And speaking of do this stupid dance, Reese, I noticed recently that your character sheet has started glitching out, and occasionally your
Ooh.
armor class drops to like 19, so be aware of that. Occasionally your armor class becomes very, very wrong.
Hate that.
I will try to remember as well, but please also try to remember that. I hate it too. It happens to me with other games. Anywho, so what are the three of you doing right at the moment? Zavid, you're chugging a beer. Reese, you're hanging out with Mythonar.
Yeah.
Danny, what are you?
I want to dance.
Okay. Yeah, there's plenty of raucous music that
Yeah.
Flunk has kicked it up into high gear at this point.
Awesome. I'm gonna do a performance check and see how badly I'm gonna embarrass myself.
Perfect. Throw that publicly.
Guidance.
Plus, well, we'll add one. Nat 2 for 23 on a DC of 35. Reese is that drunken cousin at every wedding who is
I'm
just
the
making.
party.
He's Elaine dancing. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Seinfeld when Elaine dances, it's a lot of thumbs and kicking.
I'm
A lot
just
of thumbs.
I'm life of the party right now. Like I'm just vibing.
That was amazing. See, I love pointless nat 20s and pointless nat 2s.
Oh yeah,
They're the best.
yeah. I can roll. I rolled the nat 20, and then I rolled the nat 2, so it's fine. Everybody.
Oh, and I need to share the map for Danny. There you go. Hopefully that's working for everybody now.
Yes. I'm gonna try to continue my conversation with this one and Percy, but then you hear like from his stomach, and he's like, "Oh, that pepper! I have to go," and I run out of this place.
Yep, there's like a well. There's a lot of trees and bushes.
Oh, I see one. I see. I run here.
Oh yeah, there is even a little latrine here.
And there's two elves just chilling next door.
You run past. Oddly enough, you run past Danny's grandmother and Seratulia, the Queen Talandia Adasaril, and your simulacrum Princess Seratulia are both standing discussing magic over by a bush.
I mentally tell Seratulia, please take your conversation away from the outhouse. This is going to get ugly.
And you hear in your mind, yeah, you got it. And so anyway, grandmother, I think I left my other spell book is back in my room. Let's go grab that. Oh, of course, darling. Yes, you're always so forgetful. You need to make sure you have your spell book on you at all times. Never let it out of your sight. Yes, grandmother. And she kind of scolds your simulacrum as they walk away. But they do.
I'm glad that she's just playing along. They're playing the parts really well here.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because as you know, the grandmother knows that Seratulia is a simulacrum at this point, because she had that conversation with you in the time stop.
Yeah.
So she knows. I want everyone to give me perception checks in the tower. Zavid, take a -2. Well, actually, all of you take a -2 because you're inside of buildings.
A perception check, sure.
I don't know whose background is going off, but I want what they're having.
That's my child? Alright, I got a 26.
That checks out.
What the fuck?
We are adults, everybody.
The stream is not for children. Okay.
I hate
one
how
more at
wet
the end.
that is.
So, Reese, yeah, you're kind of by the front door. That makes some sense. During a particularly loud song,
And fart.
you happen, yes, Ed fart. You notice that out the front door, a horse-drawn carriage pulls up near the well, and you can see that the back has a very large cake on it.
Whoa. Reese just goes over to Danny. Hey, did you order extra cake or more cake or a cake?
Oh, yes, I did.
Well, it's here.
Does it look like it's enough for 20 people?
It looks like it's enough for, the whole village, yes. More than 20.
The whole village?
Roughly, everybody could have one piece and be satisfied.
It is as big as it looks on the map. It is the size of the back of a large horse-drawn wagon. It's like 6 feet tall. This is a massive,
5 foot wide.
Yeah, it's like 5 feet in diameter. This is a huge cake.
Clearly, we're giving it out to the village.
Yeah. And let's see. As he
I don't
pulls...
think we have a way to keep it so like it's gotta get eaten today.
That's true.
The bead's gonna have a lot of cake to eat.
True.
Not after this trip to the bathroom.
We'll just cast lesser restoration. You'll be fine.
It's true.
There we go.
He's gonna be mad when he realizes you could have done that for him the entire time, and you just let him go to the bathroom and have this awful time.
You ran out so quickly.
It's true.
You knew what would happen.
So what is...
She wanted just to recreate what happened on the very first time that her what's his face met?
Bruce?
Bruce.
When you got kidnapped by Baldemard?
Yeah.
That was not a good time.
I think Bruce probably watched you do that. Like, why did you give him those peppers? Like, he doesn't like them.
I'm trying to grow his tolerance to it.
Well, I don't know how well it's working. I come out eventually. I look like I've lost weight. Like, I'm thinner, I'm gaunter than even I normally am. And I'm like panting as I like stagger out. And then I see the cake.
You're the first one outside, so you notice that the person just coming down from the wagon, the driver, is Devin McAllister, which you think is weird because of the way he's been acting the last few times you've seen him. He's been very asocial. So that immediately strikes you as strange.
Can you remind me about our last interaction that we had?
Yes. Let me pull it up. It was at the Plague Stone. When you finally got rid of the Plague Stone. Let's see. Plague Stone. There it is. It was when you were here on season this season first episode when you broke and got rid of the Plague Stone. He was here and he was acting real crazy. He said him and his brother Kevin had a falling out, and he left the house and found an old abandoned house in the woods, and he'd moved in. And I don't remember who realized it, but one of you realized that was the hideout of Halid, the guy who framed Finnick Padley the Goblin to kill Bort Bargith way back at like level 2. So Devin moved into Halid's old place, which that's the place that Zavid. That's where you crawled up out of the Shadow Realm.
That's all I remember. I don't remember all the politics that was going on at that time.
Yeah, you weren't there for the politics. Let me see.
Right.
Halid. Yeah, here I can show it. I've got it. Why not? This is Halid's hideout.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yes, this was the first place where they met you, Zavid, and
this is where I saw the sun for the first time.
Yep, this is where you saw the sun for the first time. You came up out of this room right here. There was a crack in the floor, and it was filled with starving attack dogs, and you had to kill one and eat one to survive. But this is where you determined that Devin had moved into, which, in and of itself, probably not good, but it was clear that he had been consistently failing his Triaxis, the Wanderer check every single morning, the religious one, that you frequently fail, because he's just been spiraling further and further and further into that, the religious. He's
becoming a religious extremist.
Yeah, he's becoming a religious extremist. He moved into a shack in the woods. He was writing a manifesto.
What is his god?
There. Erastil. Lawful good. God of the hunt. But, just because it's a good god doesn't mean the follower is interpreting their dogma in a good way.
I want to make a check on him now to see, does he look like... Can I tell that he's failed his check again today?
Give me religion or perception, your choice in the tower.
I'll do religion. So I'm trying to ascertain if there's something about him that feels like Triaxis is really taking a hold.
Well, for a 47, yes, you recognize immediately that he's been having a hard go of it. He's got black, like, bags under his eyes. He doesn't seem like he's slept much. He's probably been up late at night reading, writing, being, crazy, crazy kind of writing and reading. He seems tired, and frazzled and nervous.
Is there a way that I could remove Triax's influence on him temporarily?
Ooh, that would be like a greater restoration. I'd say it would last like a minute. But I'll let that happen. Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up and I'm just gonna look at him. He's gonna probably give me a look back, knowing that I'm not a follower of his god, and maybe there's a little bit of animosity there. Then I cast Greater Restoration on him and remove that influence from him.
What does that look like? I don't think you've ever cast that.
I think it's just Restoration, then you upcast the spell.
Oh, okay, sure.
So, like, I don't remember if it's touch or not, but the way I'm doing it is it's sort of like creating a shade over him. Like, the planets are influencing us from above, and this shade, this shadow that I've kind of put over him, it's like removing that extra influence so that he can be normal. Yeah, like a little umbrella that comes out. Sort of like, has anyone played Slime Rancher?
Yes.
So
got Elliot's attention.
In Slime Rancher, if you want to have a slime that's only allowed to be outside at night, if you want them to be outside during the day, you have to put on like a sort of a sun film thing on your kennel or whatever, your pen. And it's like this iridescent purple, like dark purple color. That's kind of what it looks like. It creates this shade on him. And I'm going to look at him after I do that and say, Mr. McAllister, thank you for delivering this wedding cake, but you've been having a hard time lately. You've been having thoughts about your god and other people's gods, have you not?
And he shakes his head like there's a fog in his brain. He says, I mean, yeah, I've been fighting with my brother, but like, what? How do you know that? I mean, I know you've been around town, but you've been gone a lot too.
I suffer the same thing that others suffer. I am in tune with the gods, and so during this conjunction, Triaxis every morning tries to pull me more extreme, and I have to resist this. I have a feeling that it has been affecting you, and you have not been able to resist. So I've used some magic to clear your mind and have a conversation with you, if you don't mind.
No, of course we can do that. That's, like you said, my mind's a little fuzzy.
I'm worried about you. You've come here. I was actually surprised to see you at the wedding. What was your purpose for coming here?
I was told to bring this cake here. I don't remember why.
Told by who?
I don't remember. He
All
had
right.
clothes on, and I couldn't see his face.
That's great. I'm going to need you to get off of this thing. And I'm going to take this away. Go inside, have some fun. Try not to start the scene. Eat and make merry, and tell my companions that I will be back later. I am just going to take care of something real quick.
And he confusedly walks inside. I need you to give me a religion check in the tower.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm maybe going to sacrifice myself here. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to try to take this away from the population.
As you get up onto this, I don't want to call it a chariot, a wagon, you suddenly feel weak, drained, disconnected. You suddenly realize you can no longer cast spells.
Yeah, let's go.
And you can move forward. I can allow that. But just so you know, the feeling does not change.
Oh yeah. No, I figured as much. I'm like, all right,
Until
whatever
you
this
get
is.
to here. Then you suddenly feel your strength return to you again. And you can put yourself on, or I can put you on the back.
Yeah, wait. So
you got near Devon, had a conversation with him. You got closer to the wagon, and on the wagon, you felt your powers drain from yourself. You went, yeah, holy shit! And you rode away about 30 feet, then suddenly you feel powerful again.
I stopped the wagon. Detect magic.
You still... I have to check on something before I answer that question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Give me a second. You do not detect magic.
This is a divine thing going on then. There's something like a sending.
Are you currently
Mork's gun and sending. That is not, and that is not Cabreri.
That's right.
Mork.
Yes. Yep.
So
Mork.
I'm calling Danny and Reese and Khan.
Mm-hmm.
The three of them essentially like ding. You guys are feeling me call, and which is weird because I'm like supposed to be here. So where am I calling from, right?
But yeah, all of you. Ash, you may not know this. You basically do this. This is the somatic component to the spell, and it works.
If you believe it works, it works.
I'm not bringing you toilet paper.
We have an emergency, and it's not that.
Oh.
Devin McAllister showed up. If you don't remember, he's the guy that had the fight with his brother and is living out of that shack of that one guy. I forgot his name. Anyway, we have a problem. He delivered the wedding cake, but he wasn't supposed to deliver the wedding cake. Somebody in a cloak got him to do it. He doesn't remember who they were or why they wanted him to deliver it. He doesn't remember anything. And I felt my powers become disconnected when I got to the wagon. But then as I rode the wagon away, my powers came back. Something about this cake and something about that place, when they are close together, I think, cuts off power to the divine or something. Someone is trying to do something. Your party is in danger. I think we need to evacuate everyone and get them out of here now.
You feel your magic slowly drain from you again. You still
yeah.
have the Mork connection.
Yeah. I'm like, and my power is still draining from me, and I don't know why.
Again, you make it about 20 or 30 feet, and it comes back.
Can I cast true? I cast true seeing on myself.
There
so that
you go. Give me a perception check in the tower now. True seeing is what you need. And sorry, I think I cut off Ash. What were you gonna say, Danny?
I said she's gonna hang up in the middle of him talking. As soon as he says like we need to evacuate, she hangs up, and she's going to rush to Reese and try to get everybody out.
Okay.
Let's go. We need to.
I wish I played somebody who was like cool with just letting chaos happen. Like oh sweet wedding cake, and just brought it in and didn't care and didn't just let it be a bloodbath perhaps. But David is just he's been paranoid since day one. He just will not. He will not let it happen.
It's like Bulwark. He's been right every time.
Bulwark was wrong once until I gave him the answer, and then he was like, okay, and then he was the only one that was like, well, I actually cannot say it because it would be a spoiler.
That's funny. Okay, so you cast True Seeing on yourself then. And what do you do looking around? You rolled really high, I'll tell you that.
I think something is following the cake, and it has like a field around it, is what I think. Otherwise, why would this, and it must be invisible or something, so I'm looking behind. Is there something coming after me?
That is an extremely good guess, because that is exactly what's happening. As you look behind you, there is a large, six-legged, quilled creature with extremely sharp teeth and glowing blue eyes creeping up behind you. And the cake, you can tell with your true seeing that it is in fact a golem.
Isn't that the
That's what you
actor's
detect
name?
magic.
Isn't that the actor's name that's on that
Magic Bane Bandersnatch? Yeah, that's that actor. He was Smaug. And now that you know that the cake is indeed
a trap,
a cake golem, roll initiative, everyone.
Woo!
All right.
Can you load up the map with the?
Yes.
Thank y'all.
The map you said?
All right. Initiative.
Yeah.
Give me. Yeah, I knew it was happening. I was on it.
33. Well done. Yeah, you were on top. You knew stuff was happening.
Excuse me.
Why did I forget how to roll initiative?
It's
I
on
need
the
to-
front page of your main tab, and then it's either I guess
There
just
it
do the
is.
perception one, because none of you get stealth this time. Because except Zavid, he's not surprised. Everyone else is surprised.
I have to grab my PDF because I was keeping track on my spells on that, and I spent a lot on the wedding.
Gosh, you spent a ton on the wedding. Yes, it's the same day. I should have mentioned that. Yes. Okay, so firstly, the Magic Bane Bandersnatch. I love saying that. This is a first edition Pathfinder creature that I had to port over. It is sneaking up and takes a leap at you, Zavid, and it is going to attempt to knock you off of the wagon. What is your Fortitude DC? Your number plus 10.
It'd be 34.
Oh, it doesn't even matter. I rolled a nat 20 for a 53. So this thing pounces at you just as you get your vision on it and you see what it is, and it slams you to the ground on next to the wagon. And with its last action, it is going to roar directly into your face. What is
Reese,
your Wisdom DC?
my Wisdom DC.
Is much higher, I assume.
What you mean, Will?
Or your
Right.
will, I mean. Yes, will.
38.
38. Okay, so it roars in your face and makes you frightened 1, but it only succeeds, not critical.
So I was still on the thing. Danny immediately started evacuating people, but if Reese and Colin were on, you basically heard me be like, yeah, hold on a second. Yeah, it's Racine. And just
I was next to Danny
tackled.
during that, so I feel like I probably heard secondhand.
You just hear me go, and then get like tackled and then like static.
Yeah, so that makes it
Beep,
Khan's turn, actually. So Khan is going to use her reaction to give everyone a +3 to their initiative using her Wog spell. I forgot about that.
Yes.
46, 46. So, and then 15 temp HP for everyone. 15 temp HP, 15 temp HP, 38, 38. Great. So Khan will then try to flourish into battle 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35. She can get up to it, but cannot attack. So, and that brings it to Zavid. You are now up. This thing's flat-footed and pinning you to the ground. Or, I mean, flanked and pinning you to the ground. Off guard.
By the way, is Devin McAllister, is he hostile or is he fine now?
Oh, no, he's not supposed to be hostile. I wasn't expecting I was expecting him to be hostile. I will put him as neutral. There he is, neutral.
Yeah, since he's been
I was expecting
kinda
him to be
afraid of
hostile.
that.
Yeah, I defaulted him as hostile.
No worries. So I don't remember where I wrote it, but I think I didn't write it on my sheet here. I think I must have put it in my notes or something. Let me see. Or I didn't, maybe. Jeez.
Oh wait, no, you can't cast magic because you're under this.
Oh, thank you.
That's right. You literally can't cast spells.
That
right?
makes it so much easier.
Yeah, that'll save everyone a bunch of time. So you can
Okay.
use items. You can try to escape its pin. You could use a Baba Yaga card. Those are not spells. But yeah, you cannot cast spells right now because now that you know, this thing has an anti-magic aura. It is the only creature in all of Pathfinder I could find with an anti-magic aura, and I had to go back to first edition for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to take. Sorry, my child is going
It's funny.
nuts on her little.
It's combat music.
Mhm.
It's ambience.
Oh
man.
wait, I need to switch things over to combat music. Shit.
Oh hell yeah, me too. That's right. I'm still on party
Okay,
music.
here we
I'm
go.
in peaceful music.
Yeah, I'm on ale and anecdotes music. I want forest combat.
As
Forest
this thing
ambush.
is fighting me, I'm going to bite it because that is a proficient weapon for me.
Yep.
So
That's right,
wait a
you are
minute,
proficient.
I have to. Is it control click? Yeah,
Control
there we
click to
go.
target. Yes.
All right.
Ooh, that one.
Yeah.
You take a
So
bite down, and your teeth hit one of the quills on this thing,
Can
and it.
I
Yes,
give him if he wants it, a hero point?
you're welcome to.
Do you want it?
I'll take it, but I don't want to roll. I don't want to re-roll that. I want to try something different.
That's fine. I'll
Uh,
let you do that. Yeah, for a hero point, that's okay.
I can't cast any spells at all, or is there some stuff like Mork's Gun Send and
More
like that gets
Gog
around
spells,
it?
sure. I'll allow, yeah, yeah. Any orc magic, yes. Or any Baba Yaga spell is fine. Or card, I
Baba
mean.
Yaga, I don't remember what I had of hers.
Quite a few. But yeah. Let's see.
Let's see. Oh, I forgot.
Hmm?
I've got. Okay. Wait. Can I do something different?
Sure.
Instead of I'm sorry that I rolled. Maybe that's not fair. Maybe I can't do that. But I can use 3 actions to create a snare because I have a feat for it.
Yes, you can.
Can I use a bomb snare on this? Can I throw this over and then like detonate a bomb? It's really this is
Yeah,
like a not
yeah.
high level thing, but
I'm okay with it. It's
it's
funny.
electricity damage because it's Khan's bottled lightning from back in the day. So this thing has to make a DC 26 reflex save.
26? I'm gonna make
Yeah,
it
it's
higher
very
DC.
low.
I'll make it higher DC because y'all are higher.
Do you want this to be Khan's current DC?
It rolled in that 20, so it doesn't matter. But
Oh,
it got a 50. But
it's really got a lot of net 20s.
at least it's on these and not on attacks.
That's true.
That could have been worse.
All right, that's my turn. I tried to use a bomb snare, and the bomb gets flung at him. He ducks, it glides off his scales, and a bottled lightning explodes like over here.
Okay, this is so dumb. I love it though. The cake is going to use Cake Storm for all 3 actions, and the wedding cake
No.
golem flares the candles on its top tier to shoot flames in any direction that deal a bunch of damage in a 40-foot cone. So Zavid and Khan, I need to make both of you make reflex saves, or just make a reflex save, please. DC is shit. What did I just say?
Here comes the bride.
38.
Fire and destruction. Ah!
Critical miss. 6, 7, 8, 9.
I know.
And
Me
then
too.
Khan needs to roll one as well. Reflex save. Khan critically succeeds. Zavid, though, you just critically failed. I don't know if anyone wants to give him a hero point or not.
I will give you my last hero point
or
that
he
I
might
Wait,
have-
have.
think
I
he
didn't
has
use. I
Yeah.
can use the one you gave me before.
Yeah,
Let me.
do that.
I'll use that.
Oh,
There
Let's
you go.
try it.
Cool. Okay, so re-roll that. Aye! Both times in that one. Okay, so
no.
that means double damage, which means Zavid,
No.
you take 102 fire damage as this thing blasts you in the face on the ground with fire.
Can I give him my last hero point?
You can.
I kind of want to let it happen. I
Kinda
think
wanna
it's
let it
funny.
Sure.
Yeah.
So let's see. 101, that puts you at 99. But you've. Oh, yeah, you already just did it. Okay, there you go. So you're at 102 wounds now? 98 hit points? Something like that?
Yeah. Also, I think my baby's crying so much because she needs to take a nap, and I'm making a lot of sound, so I need to be more quiet.
No problemo. That brings it up to Danny. Your turn.
How far can I move?
Your speed should be on the front page. Your main tab is 25, so 5 squares per action. You have 3 actions per round.
So, can you ping where I would get, because math is not my strong suit.
You can get to, oops, that's not you. You can get to here with 1 action, and then you could actually see what's happening, and you would have enough
Okay.
actions to cast like a 2 spell.
Okay, let me do that.
Okay.
And
Now you see
then,
what's going on. Zavid is pinned to the ground by this 6-legged creature, and Khan has just ran up behind it with her sword out.
can I use Call to Blood?
Yes. What again does that do exactly?
It is going to take, oh, let's read it. Let us give it a read. Boo 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 doo boo.
Mm.
With a word and gesture, you can cause streams of blood to erupt from the target's mouth, nostrils, ears, or other places, and come rushing into your mount. You deal 8d4 negative damage to the target. If the target takes damage, its blood flows into your mouth. If it's a living creature and don't have negative healing, you're sickened. I'm sickened, but and don't
Oh,
have negative healing, you've sickened. I don't know. You have to read that part.
horrendous. All right,
It's
call the blood.
disgusting. Yeah.
That 4th level spell.
Yep.
Great.
Can I
So
up it?
click on yourself and then control click the big creature. Well, Fantasy Grounds is chugging a little slow. There we go.
Okay.
Yep, it is now your target. Now go down to that spell on your actions tab. Click
Mm-hmm.
the little the magnifying glass to the right of Call the Blood,
Mm-hmm.
and now click the where it says Fort DC 33. Click the little D20 to the left of that. That should automatically make it roll its save.
Whoa.
Hey, what's up, babykins?
Did it do it?
No, but I can get that for you. Oh,
I'm
maybe.
clicking.
There it goes. It rolled a success, so it'll get half damage, but hey, that's not a fail. So click the little red blood icon next to 8d4 negative. There it goes. Okay, so it takes 10 damage, and you get extra temp hit points, right? From that?
I think
Cool.
so.
There you go. So I've given you that extra 5 temporary hit points, and I believe that'll be the end of your turn because you moved and then cast a spell, right?
Yes.
Sweet. Reese, you are up.
Sorry,
And
I'm
while this is, yeah, no, you're good. While this is happening, people are definitely running out of the tavern. That's where I'm trying to do that in the background here. So go ahead. Sorry.
So he's gonna pretty much line up with everyone else. And where is the cake golem?
To the southeast near Khan.
Hey.
Okay. Let's see. There.
Over here.
Okay. So Reese is just going to take well, first he's gonna get his waggoning of doubling shit.
Heck yeah.
So let me just go back to my actions tab. Is it actions? It's actions. Fuck yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So, got my wall crumpin, so that's one. And then I'm going to make it my hunted prey.
Wonderful. So that's 2 actions for running in and then hunted prey.
Yep.
So give yourself those buffs.
Is it the magnifying glass and then
Let's see.
the
I'm
middle
pulling it up
one?
now. Let's see. Hunters, hunt prey, hunter's edge. Well, first you have to make it your target. So.
I did control click. I'm not.
Yep. Oh, one more time. It went away. There it is. Now it's your target. So then, one sec. I'll just get this for you.
Okay.
Hunt target. Precision. There you go. Now you're
Okay.
good. So you have enough for 2 attacks.
Okay, so then I know that it's a golem, but I don't know what kind, so I'm just
Right.
gonna light it on fire. Honestly, because why not?
As
Why
one
not?
does.
Indeed. Because you do know that all golems are immune to most, but not all magic. So you
Yep.
do hit it. Okay.
And let me go and see if it can take damage or what it would take damage. Okay.
Okay. Yes, it does take some physical damage from your arrow. So you do know that it does take arrow damage. However, it does 0 fire damage. But as the arrow sinks into it and it does burn the cake, you notice that it starts to move a little slower. So you did pick a good one, but not the correct one. It is slowed by fire. So it is now slowed 1, I guess. So it only gets 2 actions per round now. Good choice.
And
But
then
it did not do fire damage.
Okay, and then I can go and hit it again with another arrow, but last level.
That's right. No, it'd be your top.
It would be my top? Okay.
Mhm.
So I think fire didn't do much. Then I'll go
Fire
with
did something.
fire did something. I'm gonna go to the next thing closest, which would probably be using the air arrow with lightning.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh shit!
You definitely hit, so roll damage with your arrow.
Arrow.
Okay, and again, the arrow sinks in and does damage, but the electricity does nothing. It doesn't even slow it down.
Okay.
So the fire arrow was actually a better choice than the air arrow. But didn't
Look,
do
I
nothing.
had a.
Yeah, no, you're learning. Now you know it is completely immune to electricity damage. Fire, it takes no damage, but fire does slow it down for a round.
So pretty much,
something.
Reese is gonna just shout that, so people can accordingly attack.
Perfect.
But then his turn should be done, I think.
Okay, and I just need to move a couple more NPCs. Apologies for how long this is taking. I'm just going to move them through the wall. That'll be a little faster. So as all these people are escaping out, because they know at this point that if Lux Et Umbra says run, they need to run now. You see, and I need roll me perception checks in the tower, everyone, because you may not even noticed these on the map already.
You said perception?
Perception in the tower, yes, everybody.
I'm realizing I have too many portraits up. I have to close out of these portraits.
Oh, yeah.
Character sheet hiding amongst them. There we go. Alright. Perception in the tower. Tower of power.
Tower o' power. Okay. Danny, you see something that you remember. Reese and Zavid, you don't notice it. You're too busy with what's going on. But Danny, you see...
I'm on fire and it's on top of me!
Yeah. From out of the cake, you see two things pop out and start flapping and flitting around.
No,
And
it's
Danny-
happening all over again.
You recognize they're mechanical bird drones, much like the Kogito machine has had ages and ages ago. And
Have a corpse of one in my bag.
you do have a corpse of one in your bag. And let me see, I need to make sure I get this correct. Okay, so as they come up, the first one escapes the cake, and it goes, oh, wrong button. And it flies directly at you, Danny. 5, 10, 15, 20. And it just dive bombs directly into your shoulder with a needle impaling you in the left shoulder. And you can see, you can feel that it's starting to pull blood out of you, at the doctors when they're taking a blood sample. And once it sucks a decent amount out of you, it flies directly straight up and tries to fly away. Yes, you got it, Shane. Then that is the end of its turn, but there's another one that pops out of the cake. And you're going to want to pay attention to the order and everything of this. This is important. Another one pops out of the cake and dive bombs directly over Sayora Maris's head next to Queen Talandia, and it dive bombs on Sarah Tulia, the simulacrum, stabbing into her shoulder, sucking out a bunch of blood. She screams, "Ah!" And then the bird, once it gets its fill, flits off in a different direction. That's the end of their turn. Now, Devin, he doesn't matter. Let me take him off there, because he's irrelevant now. So that brings it to the Bandersnatch. It's going to, once again, hold you to the ground, and it's going to try to intimidate at you, Zavid.
I'd like to see it try.
What is your will DC?
38.
38. It keeps you at frightened 1, and it is going to tail whip at Khan behind it. Oh wow, it missed. Holy crap. Cool. And it's going to attempt to quill at Reese because it saw you attack the cake. Oops, that's not what I meant.
Fair.
Gonna fire a quill over at Reese. Ooh, that'll hit. Yeah, that's a crit. Sweet.
Yay.
Great. And if its turn, Khan is up. She's going to stibbity stab at this thing because, of course, that's what Khan does best. Need to get her character sheet. Sorry.
Then I have
Oh,
questions.
yeah. What's up?
I'll let you do your thing, but then I
No,
have
ask
questions.
ask now while
Oh,
I'm
okay.
figuring this out.
I need to know,
Mhm.
are they still flying in the air?
Yes, but they're kind of getting away.
If
And
I become a
Zvid,
dragon and I have 100 flying speed, would I be able to either bite at it or would I be able to acid spray it or something?
you can, but Shane, would you care to explain why she might not want to do that?
So I think no, I think that it makes sense that she tries to get at
Yep,
least
it would
one
make
of them.
sense. Hmm.
I think she should get her sisters because we kind of assumed that they were going to get hers anyway, but we don't want them to
They
get
got
the
no,
fake.
they got the simulacrum. That was
Right,
the point
but
of
then
the
they're
fake.
going to find out that it's a fake. But if we get rid of the fake and they take hers, they're still going to have a real sample, and they'll be like, "Oh, we still need to get
That's true.
Sarah Nulia's." But we'll still have the simulacrum. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
But this is a split-second decision, and Zabid's going, "Ah!"
That's
And
true.
so, like, you can decide to do whatever you think is right.
Well, Khan missed all three of her attacks. She rolled like a 2, a 12, and a 1, all of which were bad. So Zavid, you're up. You are pinned by this thing, on fire. It keeps roaring at you. But oddly, you know this thing could have killed you already. You'd be dead if it wanted you dead. It's not doing that. It's like roaring at you, keeping you in place, making it so that you can't cast spells. It knows who you are, at the very least.
Or it's been given orders.
Or been given
to
orders
subdue
to.
me.
Yes, exactly. It's clearly focused on you and nothing else.
What are my cards? I think it's time to use a card.
I love
How
when
do I
they
look
use
at
those.
what I have for that stuff?
There's some good
I've
ones.
got a Goes Ray. I think that's just talk to everybody, right?
Talk to everyone in the world.
I don't want to
yes.
do that. That's
He has something to say about this.
She does.
I agree.
she's making good points.
Very.
Honestly. Oh my god, I've had these the whole time. What do these do? Hold on,
Oh.
if it'll open it for me. Hello?
What? Hey, what are you looking at?
My Hellfire boots. I don't know. It won't open the item for me. It
I
just
have it
won't
open.
Let me see it.
Here,
Yeah.
did that work?
Let's see. No.
Well,
Weird.
the way it works is you for 2 actions you can stride. Each square you move through during your stride is scorched with hellish flames, becoming hazardous terrain for a minute. A creature that moves through one of these spaces takes 3d6 fire damage.
Okay. So
Yeah,
it doesn't let me move
fire.
faster. It just makes movement create fire.
That's right.
Okay. All right. I was hoping for something that could poof me out of here that doesn't require me casting a spell, you know?
Right.
I have potions. Oh, I had a potion of fire resistance. That'd have been good earlier.
You have a ring of the ram.
I do have a ring of the ram. A greater ring of the ram. And that one, let's see.
Oh, it has a high fort though, I think.
Yeah. These things don't scale very well.
They don't. I wish they did.
Okay. Let's see. I have a scything blade snare. Oh my
That
god.
sounds cool.
Oh my god. That's pretty good. Alright. I want to get away. I want to try to I want us to try to stop these things. I don't want us to just let it happen. They're expecting us to put up resistance. So we need to show that we can. Is this thing a fiend that's on top of me? Is it a...
Well, let me look. I don't even know. Oh, it's a beast.
It's a beast.
Interesting.
It's a beast?
I'm gonna double check. That's what my note says, but I copied this down. Bandersnatch
Ma-
are Yeah, they're beasts from the first world. They're like fey beasts.
Ash, you have druid shit.
It's a beast.
Can't you dominate beast or something like that?
I'm looking at.
I
second
filled
you said
your
beast.
I filled your character sheet up with just transformation spells, but you can change any of that because druids prepare spells every morning. I just made it easy and did form spells. But yeah, if you have like a dominate beast spell, that would be real helpful right here.
Okay. And now I know that's for her to figure out. I need to actually just do something. It's hard to go through all this stuff. It's a little bit difficult.
It's a lot, yeah.
There's so much stuff over the years.
Level 16.
Some stuff I don't even have anymore. Oh, wait, what does this one do? When played, all foes within sight gain a curse where they have to roll. And, but that's just they talk a weird language. That's not going to really do much. Let's see.
You could Rod of Negation at the Golem, try to disrupt it.
Rod of Negation? Oh, I have a Rod of Negation.
You do. I don't remember from where, but yeah, you have a Rod of Negation.
A rod emits a thin gray beam and negates a spell or magic item. Casting a 6th level Dispel Magic spell with a counteract modifier of plus 23. But isn't that casting a spell?
Oh, I guess it is. You're right. Shit.
I was thinking if it has an effect that you could consider magical, but if
Yeah.
it's contained in an item, then
Yeah.
it could get out of that
True.
field, but that would be up to you. Maybe it suppresses magic items too. I don't know.
I'll let you try.
Yeah. And then obviously like a potion or a poison or something would still work.
Mm-hmm. You could try like acrobatics to get out of this thing's hold.
I do have,
You have
man.
decent
I
acrobatics.
keep looking at my inventory and I just forget that I have expertise in acrobatics. All right, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Sorry for the wait, everybody. This is a very scary situation.
This is a scary thing. So go ahead and roll that publicly. Acrobatics. Oh, that was almost 20. 29, that is not enough to get out of this thing's grasp.
All right.
How much does he need?
Oh, way
what's
more
that?
than you can give with like a reaction. But let me
Can I
see.
give
If I
him my hero
reroll, I
point?
might be able to get it.
let me see.
but-
Let me see. He would need a 40, so he needs a nat 15.
I give
It's
him
not
my hero
possible.
point.
Not impossible. All right.
All right, hero point from
Plus
Danny. Oh my
No!
God.
Such
Okay.
bad rolls today. Oh my goodness.
I try to squeeze out, and it's like this thing is
oops.
anticipating where I'm about to go, and like uses its like clawed foot to just like press down on my limb to prevent me from going anywhere.
You could roll knowledge check to see if you could learn any like weaknesses or anything about it.
That's true. It's a beast though, so it's a nature check, wouldn't it be?
Oh, that's right. It would be a nature check.
I am
yeah.
not trained in nature.
Oh shit! There's always a chance for that 20.
There's not like the dodge action in.
I'd let you do that. Raise your AC by like 2 or something.
Okay, let's. I mean, isn't that's the shield spell though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it would be the shield spell. Do you have
And
a
then I
shield?
can't use the magic, so how could
Nope.
I? Yeah. All right, nature check. Let's go. This is. No,
Nope. Sorry. But that's 3 actions, I think.
I think it was 2 because
2?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I tried to escape, and
Oh,
then
that's
I
right.
tried
Escape
that.
That.
So, Ring of the Ram is one action. Activate it.
All right. So what's my DC?
So the blow deals 2d6 force damage per action spent. The DC is normally 22 fortitude. So you can decide if we've upgraded our items with our massive amounts of money.
I rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1?
Uh-huh.
So what would the DC be then for this item? Would you?
What happens on a critical fail? Yeah, I upped it to 35. So what is a critical failure for a single action on the ring? Does it push back?
It takes it is pushed back 10 feet, and then it
Nice.
takes 4d6. Or no, it just says doubles the damage. So I roll 2d6 force, and then it doubles this.
Okay.
So it takes 10
Hey.
force damage, push back 10 feet. I punch it with this ring that I've been like trying to get on my fingers. I'm like trying to think of anything I know about it. And I'm like, boom.
I'm gonna make Con roll a reflex save to not get smashed by that thing. Oh, that was more than enough. Con ducks out of the way to here. Great, that is the end of your turn.
And all I'm able to get out is just like, it's an animal, it's a beast, just control it or something, And then I can't even get up, that's all my actions.
Great. The cake is going to slam down it with a piece of its chocolate, a tear slam on Con, because Con is right next to it. That's a natural 16 is a hit. Hooray. So that's going to do a decent amount of damage, but some of it was absorbed. And then it is going to spit frosting across the battlefield over to Danny. And miss! Splashes on the side of the wall, but that's all it can do because it's slowed. Danny, you're up.
Okay. Where are the birds?
There is one. I'll draw a line. There's one. The one that attacked you is right there, and the one that attacked the simulacrum of your sister is right there.
Okay. So I'm gonna become a black dragon.
Okay. I can
And-
help Black Dragon. That's awesome.
And right before she goes into beast mode, she's like, "Not on my fucking wedding day."
Yes.
There. I put it on there. You should be able to control that, Danny.
Okay.
So that's 2 actions. What does it look like when you do this?
She just gets really mad, and then she just starts to morph from like this little 2 foot 4 foot 5 foot something elf into like this massive 25-30 foot dragon. But there's still like a little element of pink glistening onto it because
Like an
Danny.
oil slick in a parking lot. It's
Yeah,
mostly
absolutely.
black, but in the right light it gets a rainbow.
Absolutely.
So that's 2 actions, so you can use a third to chase it.
Okay. So
And you have so much flying speed. It's like 80 feet.
yep, I have 100 flying speed.
Yeah.
So what
so
I'd
you
like
can-
to do is go to the one that's in by Ceranulia.
Okay. That's like
And I'd like-
here-ish. You're out of actions, unfortunately. That's all you got.
That's all I could do?
2 actions to transform, 1 action to move.
Oh, hold on. Is there
Unfortunately,
any-
that's all you could do.
No, there has to be something. Okay.
Unless you have a well, let's see. Maybe let's double check. Maybe dragons have a ranged attack. Dragon form. It's possible you have a ranged attack. Let's see. Wing.
What kind of
leap,
dragon did you turn
claws,
into?
Black.
claw,
Yes.
drag, slashing.
Ooh. I mean, the acid breath is, I think, the main
Wing.
range, but you have a long range of
Oh,
tail
it's-
attacks, if I'm not mistaken. So if you can get within
back.
a certain
60-foot
range of it.
line. It's a 60-foot line for the. Wait, what is that?
acid,
Yeah, for the breath weapon, a 60-foot line, but I think it's 2 Yeah, the breath weapon's 2 actions. She couldn't do it this round.
Okay.
Jaws,
Okay, that's fine.
claws, tail, reach 10
all you have
feet.
to do is stay on it. You don't have to do
Yeah,
it right
you
this
don't have to
round.
kill
Just
it right
stay
this
in
round.
distance.
True. Reese,
Okay.
you're up.
Cool. Let's see. I'm gonna just keep playing with the elements, pretty much.
Well, fire makes the cake slow. Electricity does
It's
nothing.
nothing. So I think what I'm gonna do, going back to actions, I'm gonna go and toss a water arrow at it.
All right, so roll to hit. Oh, that's a good hit. Yep.
Yep.
What did you say?
And-
Water? That's
yeah.
cold, I think. Correct.
So cold.
That feels like a good move. Water on the cake. You're gonna destroy this cake.
I
Okay.
don't know why it resisted. That should have all gone through. Ding, ding, ding. Cold, water, cold is the correct answer. Ding,
Okay.
ding, ding. You hit it with this ice arrow, and a bunch of like water splashes a bunch of the cake and frosting off. And yes, that's the correct answer. Cold.
Okay.
So I need to give it another 11 damage. So I don't know
you're
why.
gonna
it's
gonna
resisting.
have to keep doing that
Yep.
because I'm just gonna
That's fine.
hit another one with it.
Go for it at your maximum.
This is the mistake that we didn't get the ice cream cake because then
Yes.
it would have been like immune or whatever. But now Now
Okay,
this
so
cake
that's a
golem's
2,
gonna fall
5.
apart.
So I need to give it another 15. So that's 82, 92. Okay, got it.
Oh,
That's gonna miss. Yeah,
that's
with
a critical miss.
third
yeah.
arrow goes way wide, sails over its head, and I think you get one more if you want to go for broke, but it's
Yeah.
at your bottom.
Oh, that was actually at my bottom, so I
So you have one action left.
have one action left. Okay, then
Mhm.
screw it. I'm just gonna go. Hit.
That one hits as well. Okay, great.
All right,
So 3 out of 4 is
and-
not bad.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, and I need to give it another 15, so that's 130. It's looking really bad. You've sloughed off so much of this cake. It's way more than bloody. Like you took it way past bloody with that.
Yeah.
So
So
Ash,
he
just so you know,
lets
oh yeah,
out
go ahead.
everyone. He lets everyone else know. Hit it with your cold attacks. It does not like those.
So that's the end of your turn. Bird drone number 1, the bird drone that attacked Danny and took a bunch of her blood, flies off the map as nothing stopped it. But remember that because of Zavid, grandmother Empress Talandia did a spell, a ritual on Danny's blood to put a tracker and a marker on it, and also it kind of changed it up a little bit so that they won't really quite get the correct stuff. It's like a trick. They're getting like a puzzle that has no real answer. Like they're basically sending her a Rubik's cube.
She put a VPN on your blood.
Basically, like a VPN on your blood, but it also has like a radium tracker in it, you know? Like those
That's
radiation
great.
things. Yeah. So you really want that one to escape. But the second one, I'm just going to take it off, or just going to move it over to here, but it is flying away from you, Danny. There's no way it can escape you. It only has 60 feet per action. You have like 100, so it can't get away from you. So end of its turn brings it to blah, blah. Magic Bane Bandersnatch. Once again, it is going to leap at you, Zavid, and it is going to try and pin you to the ground. Athletics. 40. It pins you to the ground, and once again, it roars in your face. But this time, you're not intimidated by it. You kind of have figured out that, again, if this thing wanted you dead, it would have done it.
I wish I could talk to animals.
Mm-hmm.
And I could tell this thing, join my menagerie. Become my pet.
Right, that would be so sick. Khan is going to attack the cake because she's right next to it. Heck yeah. Hit. Ooh, doesn't do much damage. That hit 9 damage from Khan. That is not usual. And then the second one misses. Third attack is probably going to miss. Ooh, a net 19? Still a miss. Damn. So, wow, 9 damage from Khan in an entire turn. That is very unusual. Zavid, you're up. And you're...
I feel like Eldritch, wherever she is right now, is just like, something feels wrong. Something feels off. I feel
Eldritch
like...
just sneezes somewhere far off.
Yeah, a part of me should be doing better at combat, but I can't tell why I feel that way. I'm going to use all 3 of my actions on the ring this time.
Great. So make it roll fortitude. I'll make it roll the fortitude save of 35. Oh, I have 47. Yeah, that's a critical. It kind of saw it coming this time, and it moves its head out of the way.
What's up?
It tried, or you tried. It worked better the first time. Cake Golem is going to once again tear slam down at Khan, trying to damage her a bit. Nat 4, that's a miss. Great. It's going to spit frosting over at Reese. There you are. That's going to be a critical. Awesome. Reese, you get splattered in the face with frosting, and it stings your eyes. 75 damage. That's actually not nothing.
That's not nothing, but that's still
That's not
nothing
nothing.
for Reese.
Yeah, I know, right? And then it is going to spit frosting at Danny, but you probably missed because you're so far away. Yes, it missed. 31. So, end of the cake's turn. Danny, you are up. Are you gonna... What are you doing? Chasing the bird?
Going to the bird,
Cool.
and I'm going to
While she's
chomp on it.
chased... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna try to chomp on it.
Great. So, let's see. Dragon form spell. I need you to... You're gonna Jaws it. Roll me a d20 with... What is the attack? Breath weapon. Why does it not say what the bonus is?
And then I
He's
have
killed
one
me.
more question.
Yes.
After I'm done with that, can I fly over to this creature and take it up?
Interesting. Put a 20. Click on the modifier, bottom left of your screen, where it says 0 modifier. Click the 0 and type 22, and then just roll a d20 in the chat.
So I put in the modifier 22?
That's correct, because that's your modifier as a dragon. It's much higher than Danny's.
Why won't it let me do it? There we go. No, not 222. Stop that. There we go, 22. And then roll a d20?
Yeah, in the chat. 27. That one actually misses. You do have one more action though. You can do it again with a 22.
Okay.
You are looking for a just a 30. Actually, you just need a natural 8.
Come on, baby. No, didn't do it. Hold on.
There it goes. Natural 17. There you go. So that is more than enough. You snatch this thing with your jaws. What are you doing with it? You try
I
to
am
destroy
going
it?
to I destroy it with like a just munching on it. It's like a
Right. Yeah, so you crush this thing between your massive teeth, and you are left flapping in the air. That is the end of your turn. Reese, you are up. This cake is falling apart quickly.
Alright, so as the cake falls apart quickly, he's just gonna keep laying arrows into it, like, get cold on, bitch.
Get colded on.
Yep.
Yep, that's a hit. And again, I'll have to give it the extra 15.
Yeah.
Yep.
As you're like destroying the cake, I'm like, don't let those drones get away.
That's a hit. Are you faking that, or are you sincere?
Well, the fact that I'm being pinned down, I'm kind of faking it, sort of. Like, I noticed the other one went over. I'm like, stop it! Don't let it leave. But I am counting on them being smart enough to give us the slip and get it to leave.
Yeah.
I just want it to look like we don't want them to get the blood at all.
That makes sense. Then just, it won't be a high DC, but roll me a deception in the publicly there's a feed. Oh no, in the tower actually. Third one there misses Reese, but this thing is on death's door.
16? That's so sad.
It's because it was your lowest bonus.
Oh, that makes sense.
All right, that's above average for me.
That's okay. But yeah, you have one action left, Reese, and this thing's very much on death's door. It's gonna die. If you stick it once more, it's dead, but you don't have a very high chance. Ooh, another 11. Oh, that's a hit. Oh, it was Zavid that rolled an 11. Got it.
Yeah.
So that's...
No, it was me.
Wait.
That was my third. That was my last action. I just I did the lowest one just to get it out of the way.
I see. Okay, so yeah.
It makes it more fun when I fail.
Got it. So damage. Woo! That's it. How do you do this, Reese?
So he keeps firing, and he's just like, I wanted ice cream cake. And it just like explodes, and there's pieces of cake that like fly into the sky, and they're all frozen, but it's not ice cream.
Con the cakey.
Not the same.
The con gets completely covered in frosting and cake. Zavid, some of it splats down onto you. End of Reese's turn. Brings it to top of the round, the Bandersnatch. It looks around. It lifts its paw off of you, Zavid, and it teleports away. You can cast spells now.
I love
you immediately see it like a harm, like a 3-action harm, just bam, going up into the sky. Just
Well done. We're out of initiative. One of the bird drones did get away, the one that got Danny's blood, but you kind of want that. But Danny, you did very much destroy the other one that took the icy blood, really just cold water, out of Seratulia.
She walks over in dragon form.
I want to use my true seeing, and I want to search for any bugs, like any spies, any sensors that are trying to like listen in on us, spy on us, anything I can, and eliminate it now. I want us to not have anyone watching us.
You look over at Devin McAllister, and you can just see shadows over his eyes. It's like a bandana, like if it, like it, when you put a bandana over someone's eyes, it's like that, but shadows.
I'm gonna mark. Where is he on the map?
He's great question. Oh, I might have. There he is. I hid him during the combat. He's over.
I'm
by the
gonna
door.
walk up. Rod of negation. I'm gonna get rid of that.
I won't make you roll. That blasts it off of him, and with your true seeing, you do see him. What on earth happened there? Where are we?
I pause and I look around. Do I see anything else? They probably wouldn't want multiple things. They probably just need one bug.
No.
Is all.
Yeah, you do see within the tavern, the feed mill, that there's one bar stool that kind of smokes.
Rod of negation.
And you can see that some form of enchantment. You would need to roll to know what it was, but you do disenchant something from a bar stool. It's the spell of nya 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 nya.
Yeah.
Mordens Canaan's nya nya.
I walk back to him and I say, "You have played a part in something today. Whether or not it was for good or ill, we shall see. But I think you should, in the meantime, pray to your God for forgiveness and try to make amends with your brother."
You know, I think you're right. Things ain't been right between us lately, and well, darn it, problem. I'm sure some of that's from me. Been having the weirdest dreams lately. Starting to see a little clearer though. Thank y'all.
I'll let him go, and then I want to like look at Dragon Danny, and I ask, "Did you get it?"
She nods her head.
The other one got away, but they didn't get that one, so we're still okay for now. But we have to be very careful. And I'm still looking around, and I'm kind of like trying to... Yeah? I'm trying to communicate that it's not quite safe yet to talk. Let's go back to Shadow Valley first. And I'm gonna be cleansing it of anything I think. If I don't remember putting an enchantment there, I'm getting rid of it. If somebody wanted to, it was like Khan's like, no, that was my thing. I'll be like, you better recast it then, because I'm getting rid of anything I don't recognize.
Sure. We can pop back over there real quick. We need to go there anyway.
And then Danny will take everyone home as dragon form.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we'll say you can do that as your wild shape or what have you.
Yeah.
And you can
I'm gonna
fly
be right
everyone
back.
home.
I need to change her and actually lay her down.
We can actually take a quick intermission if you'd like.
Let's go
This is
do
a good
it.
time for it. Great.
Sounds
We'll be back
good
in
to
about 10 to 15 minutes. Hope everyone will join us. We'll see you shortly. Bye. Hey everybody, welcome back. We're back from our intermission. Thank you so much for joining us. Where last we left off, Lux Et Umbra was celebrating the reception after the marriage of Queen Dany Arion and Bruce Mithralarm. Unfortunately, the festivities were interrupted when Devin McAllister walked up with a horse and carriage with a massive cake that turned out to be a cake golem that attacked our party, but Reese made quick work of the cake with water arrows, while Zavid was held to the ground by an aura of anti-magic field induced creature called a Magic Bane Bandersnatch. But they decided to quickly make their way back to Shadow Valley to discuss and make their way back to the Windseeker. And that is where we come in. Did I share that map? If I didn't, here you go. We are up on Dirge's Glade near the Entshard, and you were having discussions, I think you said via message, yes?
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it on the DL, and I'm just like, they took the bait. We need to get out of here to the Windseeker. We need to double check it once more. I don't think they had any opportunity to put anything on the Windseeker, but we need to be sure that there's no sensors or enchantments where they could listen in on us. And then we should talk freely about what our next move is.
For now, I think we should just stay a message.
I agree. And I'm going to speak openly and be like, at least they've only got one. They didn't get two. If they gotten two, it'd have been over. I say that openly.
Right. I see what you're doing, yeah.
Yeah. All hope is not lost. We just need to regroup and to form a plan. And I'm trying to sound. I am also injured, so it's easy to sound flustered when I talk. Like, we need to get together and form a plan. We can bring this around, you know.
She's gonna cast healing on you as well.
Oh, great. What level and which spell? You have quite a lot of options.
Isn't Soothe the highest one?
Soothe, yes. You can cast that at 8th level if you'd like.
Yeah.
Okay, so under your 8th level spells,
soon.
Yeah, click the magnifying glass to the right of Soothe under your 8th level spells, and then click the red plus sign, and that should roll the 8d10 plus 32.
Holy shit.
I have that too because of my Sorcerer Blood. That's my heightened spell. So I have one casting of that at 8th level that I can do.
You're probably out of 8th level slots, though, I imagine. You cast so many spells.
I think so. I don't even... I lost count of the... I forgot, like, what I don't have. So I'm guessing we're probably going to have a long rest, hopefully.
Very soon, yeah, very soon.
Yeah.
You'll have a long rest very shortly.
I sort of take it for granted, but I shouldn't, because you could always throw another encounter at us. Like, you could really make it a hard adventuring day.
That would be rough. After everything that's happened, one more encounter would be real tough. But you heal 77 from her soothing mental ability. You still have 30 wounds, but you're not near as damaged. Reese, you still have quite a bit of damage as well.
Oh, yeah.
You kind of feel fuzzy and like warm and like everything is gonna be okay. Maybe this is not so bad. Almost like music just runs through like your veins.
Understanding like my version of the spell and like feeling yours, I'm like mentally taking notes like, oh, this is a lot better than what I was doing, which was just like, let the darkness consume you. There's nothing in the void, so there's no reason to feel bad because it's empty. Like his soothe is like really nihilistic and not good. And he's like, oh, the music, that's way better. That's so much nicer.
Does anyone heal Reese, or are you just gonna eat it for now?
I'll eat it for now, honestly. I'm at 139.
Okay. Yeah, alright. So, who casts... this isn't really important, but who's going to cast the Entshard Stride? Reese or Zvid? Kong did it last time. Doesn't matter, it's just curious.
Yeah.
What does it look like as you cast this spell to open a tree portal?
So, Reese doesn't really do a lot of magic, but he's learning because he's taking his witch dedication. And Danny gets to meet the saber-toothed tiger. I'm excited.
The saber-toothed tiger?
I meant saber.
Saber-toothed tiger!
Saber-toothed tiger, just like Bruce would say.
Crikey.
Owe each other a Coke.
Yep. Okay, so anyway, but what he does do is, like, he walks over to the tree and kneels down at the roots, and he just, like, puts his hands on where the roots are, and he doesn't know really how to produce the magic other than kind of like how he feels when he has had like the telekinetic projectiles and stuff like that. He tries to embody the feeling of the magic, and it starts glowing and crawling up the roots of the tree.
And as it glows, the glow grows up the tree. It finds two bits of bark, a path up through the bark follows it and splits open. And through it, you can see a snowy glen.
Ooh.
I guess nobody wanted to do shadow walking through the shadow plane.
Hey, this is faster.
Khan
Yeah, this is,
commented
like,
last
instant.
session that this is way better.
Oh yeah. Way
Yes, it
faster,
is.
trust us.
Essentially instant transmission up to the land of Skjoldmur, which I don't have the right map.
Oh, Danny,
But-
before you forget, did you pack your extra jacket? You're gonna need it.
No one told me to pack an extra
There we
jacket.
go.
Okay, hold on. And Reese just like takes off like his cloak. There you go. I'll be fine for a little bit. You're gonna need this more than me.
Alright. Well, I'm not gonna get you up on the top of the mountain because that's at this point you've shown that you can get your way down, but you do appear at the top of Mount Skjoldmur, up in the Entshard there. It's calm. It's not really. It's just a very light dusting of snow, not nearly as crazy as it was last time. The climb down is much easier. You can actually see that the waterfall is slowly trickling water. The ice is beginning to melt already, which is a good sign. But you get back to the longhouse of, I should say, Gunnar Son now, not Ash the Redhard. Ash the Rudhard, I can talk. So you can smell the smell of suckling meats and other such games as you come up to the longhouse. You can hear several people inside. There's a lot of hustle bustle going on.
Reese is gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna take this back. Don't worry, it's gonna be like 2 seconds of cold, and then it's
Why
like so
is it-
toasty in there.
So
Oh,
cold here.
before
Don't
you,
worry.
before you talk to your sister, you look really beat up.
Yeah.
Milk that. Milk that.
Oh, I'm going to.
Yeah.
Trust me. Here, hold on. Let me just like.
Let me I like help you rough up your hair, like rip, like, do you care about this shirt?
Yes, the shirt, but here, tear up as he takes the cloak from Danny. It's like, here, you can rip this one up. It means nothing.
She's also
Okay.
gonna press stitch hit black eye.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
Now you go in first and say it's like a disaster, like you lost all of us. So we'll just walk in and be like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, Reese is gonna actually let me do like a performance check or something like
Yes,
that.
do that publicly.
Performance.
Guidance.
Yeah, plus one.
+1. All right, we're gonna just roll this and do it.
You know, the world might be
31.
ending, but what's the point if we can't have a little fun? You know?
Plus guidance.
Exactly.
Plus 1,
32.
so 32.
Sure. And actually, Zavid, you helped roll a performance publicly as an aid, and I'll add it. So he's at Reese is at a
Oh.
32.
All right. Let me.
The DC
Close
to aid
out
is
of
never
these.
high. Oh yeah, I open a lot of art. I'm not sorry about it.
Let's see. Performance. Ooh, lovely. I have a +5.
Heck yeah, that's just enough to aid a
Hell
15.
yeah.
So you gain a 33. So yeah, it's pretty believable. Reese, what do you do?
He walks over to Khan, is just like, hold on, let me get a little bit of this, and he gets some blood and puts it on his face. All right, thank you. And he just like walks very slowly, opens the doors, and just makes his way quietly.
It's like. I imagine it's like kind of lively in here, and then the door just opens with a slam as you're like leaning up against the sill, and you're like, dragging a foot.
Yeah. And he just like hobbles a little bit over and just like looks up to her, just like, God, it was awful. It was
Well, you look
awful.
like shite. What the hell happened to you?
There was a golem. A big golem. Made of cake.
So?
It was made of
Golem
cake!
Made
It
of
hurt
cake?
me! A cake golem hurt me!
Right, Reese. Of course, I can't
No, it
Golem hurt
did.
you. Okay, oh,
And
sure.
Khan looks even bloodier than normal. And
Adelina,
Danny, oh my god, her dress nearly ripped. And Savid, I don't even know if he's alive. He might just be a pile of goo at this point.
Can I make an illusion? It's a 3rd level spell to make an illusion. I want to make an illusion of myself missing my head and covered in frosting, like, and then falling through the door.
sure.
Yeah, I'll waste a slot on this.
That's funny. Yes, so you. Oh, shite! And Adelina gets up and kind of backs up.
I told you! I don't know if he's really there!
I thought you were just pulling my leg. What the hell's going on? What?
If
What
I
the
were to pull
shit?
your leg, it would be really hurting right now. Because I'm so strong.
Wait a minute. How are you two trying to pull a fast one on me?
The illusion fades and it's just me, like, hey.
Oh, I like that. That was points for originality, at least. A cake golem.
Yeah,
That's a
no.
good one, Reese. You should write that down.
Okay, but no, that was actually real, though.
That part was real.
That was real.
That was not
Just,
a lie, actually.
Savid
Danny-
took her
Right.
accent for 2 seconds.
Danny comes in for like, why didn't anybody tell me to come in yet?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah, I guess-
Oh,
We forgot about you. Sorry.
sorry. Danny, come in. Go by, the fire dog and the goon.
There is a fire dog. Gunnar and Adelina are actually not here.
Oh.
But there
You mean
is-
Adelina's here. Gunnar
I mean,
and...
Gunnar and, yes, Anyanka.
Anyanka.
Yes, Adelina is the only one that is here. Yes, Freki is here, though, the fire dog of Ash the Red-Haired, so you could warm up over by Freki. And he's
I'm gonna start cuddling with it.
yeah, Freki loves the attention.
She's cuddling with it at this point.
Life's so cold.
Well, so it's good to see all of you back here, then.
The
Does that mean you're
black
ready to
eye,
go?
though, does go away, right?
Yeah, it would fade as
Okay.
well.
The dried blood is still on his face.
You got a little and Adelina does this on your face.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, you're icky.
Now, Gunnar and Anyanka, they're out training the Skjoltmeri, the warriors. They're trying to, work out those new flying longboats and trying to teach them how to do that dragon rage that Gunnar's always doing. So they're actually not around, but I got the Windseeker all ready to go and loaded if you're ready to shove off.
We
Yeah.
are, and we need to move quickly.
Oh, aye.
Time is of the essence.
Not a problem, we're good to go. I mean, we just got to... And she picks up her stein, sculls the rest of her pint, picks up the remains of half an eaten turkey leg, and she says, I'm good to go.
Okay.
All right. We'll send Gunnar our regards.
Works for me. All
And
right.
just I don't know, send like a raven or something,
Perfect.
or
Yeah, you can do
if they're
that.
I don't know, we can speed by that, and
So you can send them a
Good
raven.
to-
We had the proper goodbyes last time. We
Yeah.
were here with...
that's true. That's true.
So I'm just going to hand wave us getting back. Look at we're on the Windseeker. So essentially, if we don't remember what's going on because we had to take a wedding detour, here is the map of the Saga Lands. You are currently in the north, up here on the Windseeker that I've included on the map. And you are trying to go to here, which is Adelina's mother's house, because you found in that bank vault that she'd picked up some kind of item that she doesn't
Just
remember what it
Adelina's
was.
mom. Oh,
It's-
that's lore
it's
I
just the
didn't
mom.
know.
Just, but in that bank vault, you found that letter that said Adelina had stolen some item, and then Anyanka cast a memory wipe, so she doesn't know what this item is, and she knows it's at her secret diving spot, which is at the south of that archipelago. And then you also know that Pipette's home is right there in the base of the Mordant Spire, and that's where Pipette wants Khan to go to eat the flesh of a Kavna, that god's flesh. So, essentially, you just need to go in that direction. So I assume since Zavid, you are the pilot now, I need to have you roll a sailing lore check publicly, and you can add any whatever bonuses you need. And you're muted.
Thank you for letting me know. I'm gonna do a guidance and then a sailing lore. And hey, there's a 31.
31 isn't great, but let me
It's a
see.
rough start.
It is a rough start. But Adelina has sailing lore. She can aid you at the very least. Yeah, between you and Adelina, that's a decent enough average. She got a 42. So,
Okay.
with the two of you working together, it's the line versus the line has been really confusing. Your compass is kind of swaying back and forth. It's difficult to detect true north, that kind of thing. So you're having a bit of a rough go, but eventually you do manage to find roughly the correct direction. And if there's anything you need to RP talk about at this point, you can, because I'm going to kind of speed through the travel.
I want to meticulously examine the entirety of the Windseeker for any sensors, enchantments, things that shouldn't be there.
Do you use like your true seeing again, like you did earlier?
I have true seeing. So basically, what I'll do is before we have a conversation, I'll like warn us like not to divulge too many details until I can guarantee the Windseeker is a safe place.
I'm gonna hold off from speaking until then.
Yeah, so I'll have Adelina take the wheel, and then I'm just pouring over stuff. I'll do like spider climbing or whatever to go on the up like bottom of the hull, and just the whole ship. I'm gonna do
Everything looks good until you get down to the galley where the kitchen is, where you eat, and you see that Gunnar's cooking pot had the same kind of shadowy enchantment on it. If they were listening to you at the feed mill, they've been listening to you on the Windseeker.
Well, how much did we say while we were in the galley? That's the question.
That's the question. But you were able to Rod of Negation, get rid of that as well.
Before I do,
Sure.
I have an opportunity to try to learn more about this enchantment. So I'd like to read aura. I'd like to try to identify exactly what kind of spell this is and the kind of magic school, like, is it arcane, primal, occult, such and such.
Sure. Roll a religion check in the tower.
In the tower. Yeah, because if I can figure out who cast this, then I can figure out if we had a spy in our midst or if someone is just really good at like sneaking onto places.
You definitely know this is of the School of Enchantment, but specifically what spell you're not very sure. But it's an enchantment, for certain. So it's not gonna it wouldn't like explode. So it's not an arcane rune or anything like that.
I will speak to it.
Okay, what do you say?
I say, you think you're very clever, sicking your dog on us, trying to get the blood of that elfin line, but we're onto your tricks. Mark my words, you will not have your dark god rise while we yet live. Basically, it's very generic, just like, I'm on to you,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, very much not telling
giving them anything. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure. No, that's fine. And that is, of your searching the whole ship top to bottom, that's the only suspicious thing you find with your true seeing. Is they were listening through the cooking pot. Or listening, looking, scrying somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe, and it's even possible, because I don't know the limits of the spell, it's possible that it only works while they're like activating the spell to look through. It's like kind of like having a camera, but if you're not looking at the monitor and you talk to it, if someone's not in the control room, then no one's going to actually hear you. So maybe it didn't get to anybody.
Who knows?
Who knows? But
Didn't roll very high.
That's true. Once it's been dispelled and I'm reasonably certain that they don't have any other sort of bugs or anything, my detect magic isn't getting anything, and I'm not seeing anything that shouldn't be there, I will let everybody know it is safe to talk. And I'll say, good job, everyone. We did it.
Hooray!
I'm sorry your wedding got a little bit spoiled at the end, but it made sense that they would try to take your blood
court.
there.
my coronation, my wedding.
They
You know
really
what?
just hate you. They just
They
don't want.
just
They
The
hate
first
women
date with Bruce?
succeeding. I think they see a
I,
woman succeeding and they have to tear her down.
she's like naming things off. My that
She's still
gynecologist
going.
visit.
They really wanted the blood there, told them it wasn't that kind of appointment.
Gynecologist has like all this black smoke coming off. It's like, don't mind the bird drone. It's just a tool.
I mean, it is kind of like a beak.
Fair enough.
You had to kill him. Unfortunate casualty. But
You know how hard it is to find a good doctor.
yeah, every time you get a new doctor, they somehow put this enchantment on them. But I'm like, they took the bait. They took your blood, which we knew they would. Your grandma did that tracker puzzle enchantments, and now they're going to be occupied with that. They did have a way to listen in the kitchen. One of the cooking pots had a enchantment on it. I couldn't quite recognize what it was, but I definitely believe it was a way to spy on us.
How
Additionally,
did they get here, though?
we've had a few people on the ship, and we've also left the ship unattended multiple times. Or when Gunnar was the only one here, I count that as unattended. Anyone could have been invisible, snuck on, laid the enchantment, and teleported away.
We love Gunnar, but we already know he's not very perceptive.
These are very dangerous enemies, and it is not impossible for them to sneak aboard.
They feel like they got a little bit of a win, but we are already ahead of them.
We have made them believe they have a win. They've gotten your blood, but it is tampered with. They're not going to get what they need out of it, and when we are ready, we can use that to track them down. Your grandma is taking care of that. So, they also believe that the simulacrum was your sister. And because you stopped them from getting the blood, they're going to go for the simulacrum again. That's perfect. That means they don't know. We're doing good.
Yep. I'm gonna go, bye. He goes over to his sister.
Sure,
Right.
she's up in the crow's nest.
Yeah, he's gonna climb up.
If you hadn't noticed, I just gave you an overnight rest, so at some point you will get to sleep, and I need, before I forget, Zavid and Khan to roll their daily will saves, DC 35. Khan passes, good for her. Just nailed it, but you critically succeed because you're a high-level cleric. So, yeah, and it's good to know that a nat 7 is a critical success for you now. Good lord. But the next day, you and Adelina keep sharing the helm, and you do eventually reach a small island in the far distance. Very high. It's built like a Coke can. You know those, in the movie Up, when they go to South America and they've got the tapuis that kind of just rise out of the land? It's sort of like that, but in the water. It just, these like almost cylindrical islands just raising straight out of the water.
Kind of like One Piece.
I was just thinking.
Drum Island, which is literally just these giant conical things popping out.
I have still never seen a single episode of One Piece, and yet I so frequently accidentally make One Piece references.
There is even a whole arc called Skypiea of just islands of floating sky parts.
Super fun.
Sky Island. Sky Island.
So Adelina points over to them and she says, "Oh, that's my home right there." And Reese, if you were near her, she would say, "It is. That's where we're from. Our ma lives up on the southern part. But I know that this letter said that it's at my secret diving spot, which is a lot closer to where we are now than Ma's. I think it'd be a little more on the way than if we stopped at hers first. You want to go see what that letter was all about at the bank?"
Yeah, I'm actually very curious. That'll distract me because what if my mother hates me? It's fine.
Oh, she doesn't hate to fly. That woman loves everything. You'll be fine.
Okay, great. I haven't seen her and I don't remember when. It's good. I have no memories of her except she existed at one point, and I thought my dad was a goblin sort for all my life. It's fine. I'm not having a moment here at all.
I think you were 9 when we left home, so, barely a toddler.
Yeah, I barely remember anything.
Aye. But, Zavid, if you just pull over there at the side of that there forest, I think we can probably just rappel down. Since we're coming from above, we don't have to go all the way through that forest. It's a damn long trek from our house, I'll tell you that. So give me,
Yeah, so I pull over, I parallel park. Beep,
give me
beep.
one more sailing lore publicly. I
Yeah,
just want to see how good
absolutely.
your parking is.
I'm actually decently good at parallel parking. I
I am as
usually
well. That's
I
good.
usually don't get close enough to the curb. That's my thing. I don't hit anybody though when I do it.
38 is enough for a success, so you can close out of the Windseeker map now. And what you see below you is a sinkhole. Straight down into the ground, 40 or 50 feet across. Water, you can see water in it, but it's about 40 feet below the surface, and you cannot tell how deep the water is from here.
No
There was
one
supposed to be a
knows.
sink here, but now it's just a hole.
Oh, hey, this is the famous sinkhole. But I used to come here as a child and, dive down, see how far down I can get on a single breath.
Ugh.
I was able to get down all the way to the bottom eventually, but it takes a long time to get used to. You got to train your lungs.
I feel uneasy about this. So why are we here again?
Well, we found in that bank in Riddleport, deep in that bank, there was that letter I wrote myself saying that I'd stolen some items from that statue you took in that golden
That's
candelabra.
right. That is
I took it
right.
from a governor in Kintargo.
In Kadarga.
Yep.
Very good. All right. Well, I can give water breathing to people who want to go down. I'm not
Yeah.
going down.
I am.
I ain't going in that hole.
Okay. All right, water breathing it is then. Who else is going to go? Adeline is definitely going. Con will go.
Yep. Exploring holes
Reese?
is like my family thing.
True. Danny, are you going with or are you staying with Zavid?
I'll hang back with Zavid for a few minutes.
All right. So Adelina, Con, and Reese. Dive into the water. So give me athletics checks. You, Reese, please, and I will roll the other ones. Okay, and...
Did it
Okay.
not go through?
No, I did not see it.
Oh shit, yeah.
Ooh, real good. Real good. So the three of you roll... Actually, no, you and Adelina roll really well. Con actually rolled kind of bad. So after a while, you can see Con is sort of struggling. But with the two of you and Adelina kind of helping her down, you're able to pull her all the way down to the bottom of this tube. Sinkhole, I guess I should say. And eventually it comes to kind of a little weird S-bend where you can come up and there's a big pocket of air. You can breathe. And Adelina says, "Oh, well, we got to the bottom, no problem. That magic is just the damnedest thing. Anyway, we just have to pop down this little tunnel here, and there's a little cave in here that I used to go in when I, want to think, get away from things, or, kiss people who could also swim down that far. Let's see." And so you walk forward and give me a perception check in the tower. Just Reese, obviously. Okay. As you're walking, you don't really hear anything other than the sounds of water that you would expect. And as you round a final bend, it opens up into a chamber that I will now show you. There's a large round chamber with a little bit of... Excuse me, 1 second. Excuse me, I didn't want to cough in my microphone. It's a large round chamber with a little bit of water on the floor, very blue, very clear. In the center is a small island, maybe 20, 30 feet across, that rises out of the water, on top of which is a very large iron barrel. It's very highly decorated, intricately decorated iron barrel. Now, what in the nine hells do you suppose that thing is?
I don't know, isn't this your hole?
I mean, it's my hole, sure, but I don't know what that thing is. I stole it from from some governor. Con, do you have any idea what that damn thing is? And I'm gonna have Con roll crafting check. And I want you to roll one as well in the tower. Oh man, you guys. Well, really, you kind of. You might need a guidance.
Fine.
Yeah, you're not entirely sure what this thing is. It is, and neither is Con. Not sure what it is. She taps on it. It's some type of contraption. And Con is looking around at it.
Let me see.
This reminds me of the scene in Zoolander where they're trying to find the files in the computer.
In the computer. And they don't know what the computer is.
Can I do a society check to see if it looks anything familiar of origin?
Sure, that's fine. Society's a good call.
Public or...
In the tower, please. Oh, that was better.
As I get closer to it.
You recognize this as Aslanti technology, which is your people. The people who the continent of Aslant was destroyed, and you recognize that this.
Oh wait, hold on. When I realize it's that, I'm gonna just see if I know anything.
Oh, you have Aslanti lore. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's a success. A 35 for your level is a success. So, recognizing it as Aslanti with your 49 society and using Aslanti lore, yes, I will just give it to you now. You realize that this machine is what is known as an apparatus of Quailish, which is a submersible. You have found a submarine.
Oh shit. So
this is like AD&D second edition item that I'm pulling right here. Apparatus of Quailish.
So Reese is gonna just like go around it and just like inspect it and everything, and he's gonna go back to Adelina and it's just like, actually I know what this is. The more I look at it.
Oh, eh? What the hell is it?
It's a fucking submarine.
A submarine? No, that's quite a banger. How in the hell did I steal a submarine? Bonk, bonk. She just taps at it.
I don't know, but good going.
Oh, hey. Do we have any way to let them know what we found?
I think we should just submerge, or we play around, submerge ourselves in, and come up, and they will never see it.
As Con is moving around, touching stuff, fiddling with things, she presses a lever, and this thing begins to change, and parts begin to move out of it as it gains legs and a drill arm. And I did not increase the size. That is my bad. It needs to be bigger. There we go. Yes, but it does open itself up, and you see a lot of different appendages come out of this machine as a hatch opens, showing an interior.
Oh, this is gonna be so freaking cool.
Oh, c'est sacre bleu, très incroyable.
Do you go in it, or what do you do?
I'm gonna do detect magic first.
You do not detect magic.
Okay, feel safer. Yeah, I'm gonna just pop in. Down the hatch!
This is fun. So you find a little hatch on top, and you drop yourself in, and I have an image for it. The interior of the apparatus of Quailish. It is clearly a vehicle, quite long, very narrow, but there are 4 or 5 seats up in the head that seem to control this machine. There's some storage, and there's an engine at the far back.
I know you're good at airships, but are you good at ships?
Let's see what I can do. Get me a breath at that control panel.
And I think Con is going to aid with crafting.
I can also as well.
Yeah, you could also aid that, probably.
Oh. Yeah, well,
Alright.
I tried.
Well, Con helped. So, with a sailing lore... That's good enough. Okay, so Adelina keeps fiddling with this thing, and it begins to crawl. And she realizes, I see. If I just go like this, back and forth, back and forth. Hey, what in the hell is this? And she looks and finds a little note on the control panel. Oh, I must have left myself another one. And before she takes off, she looks at it and says, "Oh, looks like there's one more. There is. Dear Addy, me. Congrats on finding the apparatus of Quailish. But what you need to do, there's one more bit. There's a gem way far down, the other side of the cave. Go down the crack into the crevice. You'll find it. You know where. Love, Addy, me." Oh, shite. Guess I left one more piece of the puzzle, eh? You want to go get Zavid and then Danny? She says as she's trying to learn how to move this thing.
You said crack and stuff?
No, a crack in the ground, not the kraken. Like a fissure.
Oh, then do you know where it is? I could just go look and try to find it.
The water is a little too hot. It goes down pretty far.
So you're saying we need more breathed water?
We might need to use this thing.
Okay. Then, yeah, let's go grab them. Let's go topside.
Alright, so after a moment, Adelina gets this thing into the sinkhole and figures out where the ballast button is. It begins to rise to the top. I did not put it on this map, and I should have. There we go. So, what you see, coming back to Danny and Zavid, is you begin to see bubbles rising from the top of this water. And then suddenly, breaching is this very massive iron barrel with spikes and legs and a big drill at the front and lights. It's a bit startling.
What the hell is
But
that?
after a moment, you would see Adelina pop up from the top of the hatch. Look what we found, everyone!
Come in! Water's fine!
Sure, she'll go in.
Alright. Let me add everybody over to this one again. Reese is there. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Crap. Danny.
Alright, when you move everyone over, I'm gonna need it popped up anyway.
Zavid. There we go. Okay, you can close out of the sinkhole. And just need the apparatus of Quailish for the moment. Okay. Oh, so this is the strangest little thing. Zavid, look at the controls on this. And you can see that it's just got mostly levers, whereas the Windseeker is like a wheel. This is like almost like a claw machine where you have to work every lever individually like this to get it to work.
Do you need me to make a crafting check?
Sailing lore to help her out with this. That's really good. Okay, great. So as you're going, you can see out the front, and it gets really dark really fast. And you're seeing several of the sensors and the gauges. The temperature gauge starts to increase as you're going down. You can see in front of you that there's, as Adelina said, a fairly large fissure, and it seems like you can see the wiggles of heat emanating up from it. And Adelina says, "I don't think we would really want to ever swim down there. I came close before, but the water always got too hot. I always had to turn back before I ever got there." But moving this machine, it's not affecting the machine at all. It's made out of metal. It's an insulated machine. But down you go into that deep crevasse. At the far bottom, eventually you see a bunch of coral and a small shelf that leads up to a hydrothermal vent that is spewing out heat and amongst the coral. And everyone give me a perception check in the tower, please.
Oh god, that's so wiggly.
I can make it less if you need, but it's meant to make it look hot, like it's shooting up, like a hydrothermal vent,
Oh,
at
okay.
the bottom of the ocean. Okay. Zavid, you notice that there is like a door, like a cave entrance at the base of it, at the far end. If you need me to show you, it is here. I circled it for you. So I think this letter here was probably laid inside there. I mean, I don't really know what else there could be here. This is a closed-off trench.
Let's
So,
go.
moving the apparatus forward through this water, again, you can see that the gauges are getting higher and higher into the red, but you are just barely able to squeeze it through there. And once you're through the door, the gauges return back down to normal. Gotcha, not a problem. The gauges kind of return a bit more to normal. The heat winds down a little bit, and you're coming to a crystal clear blue room. The water is crystal clear and blue. And at the far end, you see, inside a circle of stones, a large red gem. It's very clearly rough. It's not a cut gem by any means, but it's about the size of this machine itself, maybe a little smaller. But Adelina says, I think that's probably what I sent me down here for, don't you think?
Yeah, that's definitely a gem.
Let's get in a little closer. And you see there are a couple of strange-looking anglerfish-type creatures that swim past you. Nothing aggressive, but coming closer to this machine, Zavid, you're starting to feel that this gem exudes magic. You don't even need to cast Detect Magic. As Reese, you can feel it as well.
Whoa.
So I need occultism or arcana checks in the tower from people.
Let's do Arcana.
Do either Asher or Zavid have occult? Oh, there they go. I'm just being
That's
slow.
Arcana.
Okay. And then Zavid, you have occultism, I think, right? Okay. There it is. Okay. Between Reese and Danny, you two are talking about Reese and Khan are talking about the arcane, what it could possibly be, and Reese, you mentioned something to Khan that it almost looks like it might be transmutation. You have read aura, so you did that, and you tell her that it's transmutation, which is just enough for an aid to bump Khan up to just enough to pass the DC I was looking for. And Khan recognizes that this gem, but with her and Pipette can help her realize that this gem is transmuted with an extremely potent version of the air bubble spell, where it can make a massive air bubble around like something particularly large, like a large creature or a large object, which will not only keep air in, it will keep vacuum out. It's a pressure containment gem. Essentially what this is to attach to the Windseeker so that it can fly around in vacuum.
Holy shit. Oh, we need this. Is there like an extender grabber button or something on here, Adelina? Like,
I need it. I think so. Let's check. Those claws have to do something. Zavid, let's see what you got. Do another sailing lore for me there, Zavid.
Guidance.
Guidance. Great. Between the two of you, you're able to figure out that yes, there is indeed a lever you can pull that gets the claw out, and you're able to grasp onto this thing and pull it forward. With that, you are able to get this thing back up to the surface because you are in the machine, so the heat of the area does not really affect you that much. But once you get the gem back to the surface, it might require a ant haul to get it back up on the Windseeker. But you can also get this apparatus of Quailish up to it as well with ropes, pulleys. You have enough systems for that. But I think this is probably a good place for us to stop right before we get to Reese's mom's place, because that'll probably take an extra big chunk of time. So I think this is a good place to stop before we have to commit to more. So hope everyone will join us next time. I think, Ash, you said you won't be able to play next week.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be here next week. If I can, I'll let you guys know.
Sure. Okay. We're not sure if we play week to week. We'll find out. Burn that bridge when we come to it. Hope everyone will join us then, and we'll see what happens with Reese finally getting to meet his mom. Hope you'll join us. Bye, everyone.
Bye.